Hi there, Serial Trader here. So I got a request to do a bit of a broader crypto update, or at least Ethereum and Ripple. I already did a Bitcoin video recently, and it's gone higher since that video. So I still think that some sort of top is probably approaching, but obviously long term still very bullish. But I won't speak too much about Bitcoin, at least versus the dollar in this video. So we're gonna look at Ethereum versus the US dollar, and obviously nice bullish move off the March lows. And I think you can count a pretty clean 5 wave sequence to the upside that looks like it's getting fairly mature. And ideally, that would give way to some sort of 3 wave corrective pullback, and then that would be a great fresh entry. I mean, if you're already long, you're doing just fine. But for a fresh entry, you don't want to see some sort of correction and then looking for it to resume to the upside. Now, since we're looking at Ethereum versus USD, what I want to really highlight is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So I think this is a very interesting chart, and it suggests really strong Ethereum outperformance versus Bitcoin. Now, since Bitcoin and Ethereum both look like they stand to gain a lot versus the dollar, especially longer term. Now, again, this is a weekly chart. The prior chart was also a weekly chart. So we're looking at a reasonably long-term time frame here. But this Ethereum BTC chart, so you got a clean 5 wave sequence to the upside. It looks like you've had a 3 wave correction, either complete or nearing completion. So again, this is the higher this goes, the more valuable Ethereum is in relation to Bitcoin. Okay, so if this is going down, it doesn't mean Ethereum is necessarily going down against the dollar. It just means that Ethereum is going down measured against Bitcoin. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But now I just want to mention, you say, oh, it looks like there's 4-1 overlap. No, so if this is a ABCDE wave 4 triangle for Ethereum versus BTC, the 4-1 overlap would be here. Okay, and you can see we actually ended the triangle. So it only in a triangle, it doesn't matter where the subdivisions of the triangle land, as long as the triangle terminates above the prior wave 1. That's not actually an overlapping move. So that this works as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse wave up. So just to clear that up in case anyone was wondering. And this is what I'm looking at here. So once we finish this correction of Ethereum versus Bitcoin, it suggests extreme outperformance. So it suggests Ethereum's going to go up a lot more than Bitcoin versus the dollar, assuming that they're both going to go up versus the dollar, which I think longer term is a pretty good assumption at this point. So basically saying right here that longer term, you definitely want to have some Ethereum, in your life. That's basically the message here. Now, just going quickly back to the Ethereum USD chart. Again, for a fresh entry, I'd want to see some sort of pullback of Ethereum versus USD. Now, given how the Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart looks, you might get a shallower pullback in Ethereum. Like, say Bitcoin has a larger correction against the dollar, which it certainly looks like it's due for soon. Maybe that would suggest that maybe Ethereum will pull back less, at least in relation to the dollar, given that the Ethereum Bitcoin chart suggests that, okay, this weakness versus Bitcoin looks like it may already be complete, or certainly nearing completion. So just keep that in mind. Both obviously very bullish, but I'm just saying, if you're looking at these weekly charts, Ethereum really is standing out here. Like, it wants to go up a lot more than Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin's going to 100K plus, I mean, that's a great percentage gain even from current levels. I mean, I'm just throwing out numbers here. Just think of how much more percentage-wise Ethereum could go up, suggested by this chart. Okay. Now, I think that's good for those two. Now, as far as Ripple, well, I'll be specific here. So XRP. Now, Ripple, obviously XRP is associated with Ripple, but Ripple's actually its own project too. They're not exactly the same thing, but obviously XRP is what we're looking at here versus the US dollar. As far as my thoughts on distributed ledger technology, I mean, I don't really have any strong opinions about it. That's same goes for any of this stuff. I'm just looking at charts, you know, what's going to go up, what is going up. That's all that really matters to me. So no strong opinions there. But Ripple does look like it's starting a nice uptrend. So obviously we've been in a huge bear market in Ripple, right? But now it looks like we're finally making higher highs and higher lows, which we have not been doing for a long time. Again, this is a weekly chart. So as far as an LA count, potentially we have a 1, 2, and another 1, 2, and maybe something far more impulsive to the upside is to follow from this nice little, you know, up down sequence. So Ripple, I mean, this needs to start going a lot more to really get confident about it, but you could be in the early days of a pretty substantial move to the upside. And you can see that Ripple, I mean, if we get anywhere near the old highs from current levels, that's going to be a really, really big move up. So Ripple, a little early on in its uptrend compared to a lot of other charts I look at in the crypto space, but certainly a nice little uptrend on the weekly chart in development. So this looks promising, but certainly early, very early. I mean, you can see in relation to where we have been, we're still very much in the lower end of the range, but that could be a good opportunity, right? Getting in lower. So yeah, we're still sitting right around 30 cents or so on XRP. So not looking too bad for a buy, actually. Okay, yeah, that's probably good for now. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but yeah, basically just keep your eye on Ethereum because it looks like it's going to outperform Bitcoin. And I think Bitcoin itself will still perform very well. So just think about that. Chew on that for a bit. All right. Serial Trader signing off.